Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. As you can see, I'm at the University of Leeds today. It's Christmas Eve 2024 and I find myself in Leeds, because of work, but I've got a little bit of time before I start. So what I thought I would do was something that was suggested to me a few months back. A little bit of a campus tour of the university. So if you're not from Leeds and you want to see what this corner of the city looks like, or you used to come to Leeds, or you're thinking of becoming a student here, this might be useful for you. So I'm going to take a little walk around. It's about 8:45. The city's that way. Nice. It was cloudy when I set off this morning. Looked like it had been raining through the night, but it's quite pleasant now. As you can see, the sun's coming up over Woodhouse Lane. That library just there, that's the Laidlaw Library. That's a modern library, was built about 10 years ago. So I'm just going to take a little walk around, look at a few points of interest along the way. As always, if you've any comments while I'm doing this, then feel free. Trying to get here. This is the Parkinson building, bathed in the morning sunlight. It was built in the 1950s. Behind it, up those stairs and through those doors, there's the Brotherton Library, which was built in the 1930s. I think they're both listed buildings. And up there every year, on one of those ledges, on the one on the right, you get some peregrine falcons nesting. They haven't been that successful over recent years, I don't think, but they do nest there. Anyhow, we better get on. I do find this an interesting building though, because I've looked at some old photographs of it, and these parades of shops here, they went all the way up to the church and then all the way up here, and the whole area here was back-to-back houses on the front, streets behind, and there's photographs of it all being cleared in the 1930s. For them to build the Brotherton Library, which is a large circular brick building behind this white building, and then, as I say, in the 50s they built this. Anyway, I better get on. But there's plenty of bus stops both ways, take you up to Headingley and Burley this way, which is where there's more lots of accommodation and pubs and restaurants, shops, and then behind me takes you to the city. So I say it's Christmas Eve, it's a Tuesday, it's about 12 degrees, quite a pleasant sort of a morning. The weather's a bit weird at the moment. It seems to be changing almost daily. Some days it's like today 12, 13 degrees, then other days it's drops right down to 3, 4, 5. I don't really know where you are with it. I say I'm working today. I've sort of worked quite often at Christmas. I was just thinking this morning of the first Christmas Eve I ever worked. I think it was in a hotel when I was 16. I worked in the kitchen. We were there till about 2 a.m. washing dishes and putting out the trash. Have you worked at Christmas? Any memories of the first Christmas you ever worked? That of course takes you into the song, doesn't it? The last Christmas. I'm not sure when that's going to be. I keep saying every year that I'm not going to work over Christmas anymore. But I do. See if I can get across here. It's not a sort of blow-by-blow guide because I've only just got about an hour. But if we pass any departments, like here on the left, we're passing the mechanical engineering department. I'll let you know. I'll show you the libraries. Seen the Laidlaw Library. That's very modern. Brotherton Library's beautiful old building. It's sort of based on St Mark's Church there. I did a video about that ages ago now. The Alum pub and the School of Mechanical Engineering. And I've forgotten completely what I was saying. Oh dear, I'll have to listen back to this video and let you know what I was going to say. But was it the last Christmas? I keep saying I'm not going to work Christmas anymore. The Packhorse pub, the library pub on the corner over there. That used to be a public library. I think a police station as well, maybe. It's the Packhorse. Yeah, I keep saying to myself I'm not going to work on a Christmas anymore, but who knows. I think you just got to be grateful. I think my mum, I keep saying to people recently, my mum used to say you need to count your blessings and be grateful for every day. And I don't think religion or anything doesn't come into it. I do think you just need to count your blessings, as it were. Hyde Park over there, and the library pub and the university campus kind of. We're walking around the outside at the moment, it's all on the left. So yeah, who knows? If I get the chance to work next Christmas, maybe then I'll just be grateful that I've had that opportunity and do it. But all you seem to find around here are flats, food, venues, pubs and accommodation. That was the School of Chemical and Process Engineering. I showed you the two pubs, was it the Packhorse and the Eldon? Because I think over this Christmas period I'm gonna be a real Scrooge. There's a thing here called the Otley Run. I think it's about 14 pubs or something, 17 pubs, that comes from Headingley down to the city centre, and people take it as a challenge to have a drink in every pub. I don't know if I've mentioned it on previous videos. I don't drink myself anymore. I used to drink. I could have done the Otley Run, I think, and still been standing. And I don't know, life changes, doesn't it? And I don't think I'd be proud of that now, but I'm not here to judge, and lots of people do it. And thought, again, it was suggested to me that it might make a good video, but so I'm going to get the bus up into Headingley, maybe next Sunday. Massive accommodation block here. And this is why Christmas is a good time to do it, because there's the students are all, most of them are at home now. So yeah, I'm gonna have a wander along the Otley Run, but probably about this time next Sunday morning, so there'll be no drink involved. And again, Hyde Park's just off to our right. There's a park run there, and then beyond that, way over that way, is Headingley, Burley. Big reservoir there. And then more eateries and things than you could shake a stick at. Wasn't sure how long this was going to take me, which is why I was rushing at the beginning. I need to be finished for 10, but not doing too bad. So everything on the left is owned by the university. This is kind of the northern extremity of the campus. The university goes down there, back to where we started. But there is an extension, it's called Western Campus, which is just over here. I've been through here before, but for sort of completeness, but we'll cut through. I think we'll have time. So yeah, my first job was in a hotel carrying suitcases and working in working in the kitchen. Never progressed to being a waiter, but then I went on to work in hospitality for about 4 years at the beginning of my working life. So that got the Christmas working started, I think. Christmas Eve in pubs and that kind of thing. The old Leeds Grammar School there. 2 minutes to 9. So we've got plenty of time. But this is all owned by the university now. They own pretty much the biggest part of this part of Leeds. And if you're in Leeds, and whether you go to the University Woodpecker up in these trees here somewhere, whether you go to the university or not, if you're ever in Leeds, and if you're interested in architecture specifically, it's not a woody, is it? It's the crow. It's not, yeah. It's that crow. I thought it was a woodpecker. I do like crows. Yeah, if you're in this part of Leeds and you are interested in architecture, it's worth a walk around. Spring or summer, get yourself into one of the cafes, have a nice coffee, go into some of the public buildings of the university, which there are one or two that you can go inside. This is the Western campus. That's the Air Valley that we can see just in the distance, and then Burley goes down the hill. So, School of Law, very nice. I do like it around here. It's again, I don't really know much about architecture. I know I don't like oh, it's all kicking off. That's going into Leeds and Bradford Airport. Somebody coming back from Spain or Turkey or wherever. Not sure why you would come back on Christmas Eve, for goodness sake. I think I've talked about going on holiday at Christmas, but I think I'd be wanting to go the day before, a couple of days before Christmas. Come back a couple of days after New Year. But yeah, I don't know much about architecture really, except I don't like a lot of modern architecture, but I love it around here. It's quite futuristic. This is the Marks and Spencer's archive. Don't hold me to it, but I think it's free. It's a museum, and it's a museum. Is it a museum about Marks and Spencer's? But there's a lot in there about clothing and things. So if you're interested in that kind of thing, it's well worth a visit. So you could spend an afternoon up here easily, included lunch and coffees and a tour of the campus. So there we go, guys. That was the Western campus. It's 10 minutes walk from the Parkinson building. I'm trying to keep this video as edit free as possible so that you do get the feeling of it being an actual walk around the campus. I can't believe how quiet it is. I don't suppose it will be in a couple of hours in the supermarkets. And yesterday was busy though. There were queues coming out of all the supermarkets as I came into Leeds. It was the roads were really busy. It was much quieter today. So we're crossing back into that main part of the campus now. Nothing coming. This is a pretty much brand new building. It's only been up about a year or so. Yes, the Simpson building. Not sure what they're teaching here, but it's smart. There's a smart sculpture of a fish there. I guess it's something to do with business because there's there you go guys. Tuesday the 24th of December, the Nasdaq 100. Apple is up, Airbnb is up, Body's down. I'm going to lose a few billion today. Yeah. Amazon's up. He needs a bit more money, doesn't he? Yeah, rough guess. I'm saying the Esther Simpson building is something to do with business. And who was Esther Simpson? I hear you cry. Well, this little blue plaque on the wall will cafe by the looks there. She's a graduate of Leeds University. Worked with refugees. Saved them from persecution and death, including 16 future Nobel laureates. Very deserving of her blue plaque. But yeah, this is what I like about and you look at this now, apart from the yellow lines and the modern street lights, you could be like back in time. I can hear the horses' hooves and the carriage wheels, and of course the smoke billowing out of the chimneys, and but yeah, and this gentrified part of Leeds with, of course, my ancestors about 2 or 3 miles away in the poky little terraced houses, working in the factories from morning till night. But you come on a busy day and I don't think you necessarily have those same feelings, but you come at this time, it's fantastic, isn't it? Plane just taking off. You can tell from, it's about, what is it, about 8 miles away, the airport. You can obviously see the planes coming into land. But when planes take off, you can hear her. When it's quiet, you can hear this rumbling in the distance. Let's go here. It's not easy walking on these cobbles. But yeah, I'm guessing this was a sort of, certainly not a working class area. These would have been like more middle class housing, wouldn't there? But yeah, I often wonder at the wealth of this university, because a lot of them, they buy some land, don't they, in the country, and build a purpose-built uni out there. But this is built up over like 150 years, piecemeal, buying up bits of prime real estate, really, to the point where, as I say, they now own everything where we're walking now. The University of Leeds owns. This is called no, it's not. The next one across is called University Road. This is the one that takes us down to the Students' Union, which is where I wanted to go. As I say, it's not a comprehensive guide. It's just to give you a flavour. Back streets, give you a flavour of everything. This is the School of Psychology. I always cringe when I walk past there. Makes me feel uncomfortable. The thoughts of people probing your mind. Dear me, never know what they might find. Yeah, this is the Students' Union. In the summer, it used to have all like bunting, flags. It was really nice. It was like some sort of Spanish fiesta. But it's great in there. The refectory, there's a co-op, there's all kinds of shops, all kinds of eateries, the pubs. Cloth Workers Building South. Don't know what they're doing there. But yeah, this is the refectory. I think it might be closed. But I think this is on the Otley Run. There's a bar here called the Old Bar, and it's one of the 17 on the Otley Run. I'd go up there, down the stairs. I missed the blue plaque there. That blue plaque there is to tell you that the Who played here. In 1970 they recorded their album Live at Leeds. I saw the Jam here. John Cooper Clarke, the punk poet, who's still going, and also the Buzzcocks and a band called the Slits. An all-girl band that's still going. The Jam's not, and I'm not sure whether the Buzzcocks are. But yeah, I didn't come here, but it was a good venue for young lads in Leeds and lasses in Leeds to come and have a good night out. I think this is the Old Bar's just lower down than here. I think you can get into it just along there. But I'm just going to carry on up here. Missed out University Road. University Road starts up where the Duke of Wellington statue was, and it would take you all the way down to the Parkinson building. So again, we've gone a long way around. That's about a 5-minute walk. I think we missed the School of Fine Arts, which is up there through that arch, and it's on the right is the School of Fine Arts, and the School of Psychology is on the left. But this was the university in about 1900. It was dedicated to the Leeds industries of cloth. The Yorkshire College, with the support of the Cloth Workers' Company of London, it comprised weaving and dyeing sheds and a museum of the textile department. The college became the University of Leeds in 1904, and so since 1904, it's quite remarkable really. This is Cloth Workers' Court and the Great Hall where they have the graduations and the preliminary rounds of the Leeds International Piano Competition each year. And there's the Parkinson building up there, and 9:30, I've got half an hour. Best get my skates on, I think. And the Parkinson building and Woodhouse Lane is just there. Nearly done. Nearly done. And the Laidlaw Library where we started is just there. So it's not, and the Union's up there. So it's not huge. But it is this city centre location that I think is the attraction. I don't know much about universities in the country, but I'm sure there's others that are situated in the city centre, especially I guess in London and Oxford and Cambridge. But if there is others similar like to this, somebody once said Liverpool's in the centre. But yeah, it's 10 minutes walk from the city centre. It's there is step-free access, but it's a bit convoluted. So there are a lot of steps. But there is like a route that runs along through the buildings if you do need step-free access. This is the Edward Boyle Library, one of those brutalist examples of brutalist architecture from the 1970s. There was a lot of it in Leeds at the time, and most of what's outside the campus has gone. It was demolished because, to be fair, a lot of it was pretty poor standard. But as I say, it's a great place to come for architecture. Is this a listed building? I think it is. So it's a great place to come to see all these different kinds of architecture, from Georgian up to modern, and there's kind of an example of every year. School of Mathematics. I'm going to go down the middle. So yeah, if you're interested in seeing a lot of brutalist architecture, a good place to come. This in front of us is called the Roger Stevens building. I think that's a lecture theatre in there. And classrooms and things. This is Chancellor's Court, it's called. So there's big paracels and there's a food outlet here, and there's cafes in the Roger Stevens as well. So again, really can't believe how quiet Christmas Eve is. I knew it would be quiet, but it's pretty much deserted. This is a nice area to come and sit and chill. Can't go too much further because I'm running out of time. I just wanted to show you so there's 4 libraries. There's the Brotherton Library, the Laidlaw Library, the Edward Boyle Library, and there's a medical library at the university, because over there, just over there, is the Leeds General Infirmary. So down this corridor, through those doors, which I think will be closed today, that actually takes you into the Worsley building, which is part of the hospital, and the Health Sciences Library, as it's called, it is in there. And there's the Faculty of Biological Sciences. And this is the back of the Roger Stevens building. Funny. And this is a sustainable garden. I don't know much about it. If you do, let me know. I think people can just come and grow things and help. And it looks like there's some... Oh, blimey. It looks like there's some work going on. And this little pond here, this is part of the building's air conditioning, and for a long time it was just a wet and dirty pool, but they've done some work and they've put these islands in, and in the summer it's lovely. There's all wildflowers, and you get herons and what have you, and that's the hospital over there. That's the helipad there for the air ambulance. I once saw an Army Apache helicopter practicing landing on it, which is quite cool, but I've lost the video. And this is the E.C. Stoner building here, this is called. I do think it's quite impressive, even though it's a modern monstrosity, but it's quite something. Roger Stevens Pond, and well, you can't see the Roger Stevens building, it's covered in scaffolding. A lovely place to come and have your lunch. Right, need to get my skates on. But yeah. It's just this area in front of it I just don't get. It's probably one of the most impressive buildings in the whole university. If there's anyone listening, this is something to be quite proud of, because there's not much left like this representing this type of architecture. But just this gravel in front, it's just awful. Why don't you grass it, or why don't you wildflower meadow it, or something? It just feels like a builder's merchant's. I don't think you're doing the building. I don't think you're doing the building justice. I haven't got time to go down there, but just down this road to the right there, that building there is called The Edge. That's a sports centre, swimming pool, that kind of thing. That I think students and staff can use. Don't know if you get any preferential treatment or anything. This won an award It's a multi-storey car park, believe it or not. Won some design awards when it was built. Let's say the car park for the edge down there. It's about 20 to now, isn't it? Yeah. So hope you've enjoyed this, guys. I've not been making videos in December. I think I've said it already. I was really busy with life and what have you, and I always get a bit fed up in December anyway. So it's and it's just getting darker and darker. And anyway, we've had the solstice. It's getting brighter, and I can say it now. Spring is just around the corner. So there you go. It's quite something, I think, that EC Stoner building. Quite something. And the Laidlaw Library's just up there. This was lovely. These trees here, they're all cherry trees. And this whole area was once a car park filled with cherry trees. They chopped maybe 40, 50 down to build this. No idea what it is. It's the Nexus building. No idea what it is. It's quite smart, isn't it? That's Broadcasting Towers there, the building in front of it, the one that's got all the scaffolding up. The one in front of it used to be BBC Broadcasting House in Leeds, and the building behind it had that kind of rusted iron cladding on it, and it was quite impressive. But it hasn't been up long, but they've took all the cladding off it. I love this statue. It spins, it's not working at the moment, spins and changes colour. But yeah, there's the Nexus building. The Laidlaw Library just there. The church on the right that's empty, that's owned by the university, and the church there that's the workshop theatre, and behind it the Parkinson building. And is it only 9:25? I thought it was like about 20 to 10. What a nightmare. Could have shown you the edge. Never mind. Never mind. But yeah, Leeds is literally just there. They also own a little bit at the other side. This area is all residences, and then beyond there is the hospital just there, and I think the edge is just there. The edge. But yeah, the city centre's there, and that's the end of the Otley Run. There's a pub there called the Dry Dock. It's an old barge, and that's the end of the Otley Run. I do like this though. Tell you who it's by. Converse Column 2019 by Lillian Lin. Someone said they're renovating it, and that the metal panels only have a certain lifespan, which seems very wasteful if that's true. There's those kind of panels all over the whole building. I mean, they look pretty, but you'd expect them to last longer than 10 or 15 years, wouldn't you? Oh, I have to get myself a watch. I make the videos on my phone and I use my phone for telling the time, so like walking around there then I was kind of second guessing the time, and I got it hopelessly wrong. This pub here is on the Otley Run. This is called the Fenton. Won some Real Ale Awards. Fenton. Let's cross over. Another church, the Leeds Unison. So 3 churches in about 200 metres. Incredible. Yeah, it was all covered in that. There's a Baptist church there. That's actually an old really old building. When you look at it, it's got the original front of the original Baptist church on it. A bus going to come in front of it in a minute. Blenheim Baptist Sunday School. Look at that. Here comes the bus. Yeah, that's weird. And this is that broadcasting house, and this is the cladding that's being removed. I am still planning to make videos about buses in Leeds. Just still building my confidence for this YouTubing lark. But once I've got it, I'll make some videos about buses. But you see the buildings there, they're what went all the way up. So where the Parkinson building now is, it would have been like that. I like this. And it would have gone all the way back. Anyway guys, that's it. Sorry for rushing. I'll get professional at this one day. Maybe not. I thought I was running out of time, but I wasn't. So I could have shown you a lot more. And if I've missed anything that you're desperate to see in this vicinity, let me know in the comments, and I'll try and include it. Leeds Arts Club, a highly influential forum of avant-garde, for the avant-garde. Politics, philosophy, art and literature met here in 1908. So this old church on the right, on the left, it was some talk that it was going to get incorporated into the Laidlaw Library. It was a nightclub for a while, Yeah, it's getting quite busy now, isn't it? So I'll sign off for now, guys. I'll say thanks for watching. If you did enjoy the video, give it a big thumbs up. Do consider subscribing if you like this kind of content. And I'll see you next time. And we'll finish just outside this modern library, this Laidlaw Library. With its statue of a chimney. I think, although I'm going to have a look at one more blue plaque, because there is one that tells you about this entire row of houses, and it's not that one. That's the Blenheim Terrace, this is called, and it's quite a historic terrace. That's just about the Yorkshire Ladies Council of Education. And the blue. I'm not sure if they're listed buildings, but you have to ask yourself if they are. How come Tesco's and the Chinese supermarket get to do that to the front of them? Yeah, it's getting quite busy now, so I'll sign off. Until the next time, I'll say cheerio.